We use the internet literally all the time, right? I mean, you're using it right now. And most of us, we think of it as a product, a service we buy. But what if I told you that was never the plan? Today, we're going to dig into the internet's really surprising origins and see why thinking of it as a project and not a product changes everything. So let's just jump right in with a huge question. Who actually owns the internet? Your first thought might be your provider, Comcast or Verizon, or maybe a tech giant like Google or Amazon. But the real answer? Oh, it's way more complicated, and it pulls back the curtain on this decades-long fight for what the web is even supposed to be. All right, let's rewind the clock a bit. To really get what's happening today, we've got to go back to the beginning, to its surprisingly non-commercial roots. See, the internet wasn't built to make a buck. It was designed to solve a problem and, well, to connect people. So check this out. It all kicks off in the 1960s with something called ARPANET. This was a US military project designed to be a communication network that couldn't be easily taken out. Then, jump to the 80s. You've got the National Science Foundation creating NSFNet, basically a digital backbone to link up university researchers. You've seen the pattern here? Public money for a public goal. And then, the absolute game changer. 1991, Tim Berners-Lee gives the World Wide Web to all of us. Not to sell it, but to share it. And this quote right here, it just nails the heart of that original dream, a shared, open space where people could build things together. The whole foundation was cooperation, not consumption. It was supposed to be a library for the whole world, not, a giant shopping mall. And that idea is so crucial for everything that comes next. But that beautiful, collaborative dream, well, it didn't exactly last. In the 90s, this public project started to morph into something else entirely. A private, for-profit machine. And this is the moment where the giant telecom companies jump into the ring and completely rewrite the rules of the game. And man, you can really see that shift right here. On one side, you have the early internet's whole vibe. Open for everyone, power spread out. On the other side, the telecom model that took over. Locked gates, centralized control. Almost overnight, the internet went from being this shared public park to a privately owned theme park where you have to pay for every ride. And what's the result of all that? A crazy consolidation of power. Just look at this chart. In the US, a tiny handful of companies control almost the entire broadband market. You've got the top three serving about 75% of all customers. So when there's that little competition, what do you think happens to prices, to service, to innovation? Okay, so this isn't just some boring history lesson. This stuff has real-world consequences that, yeah, you probably deal with every single day. The corporate takeover of the internet created all these hidden limits and frustrations that we've kind of just learned to accept. But it really doesn't have to be this way. Does any of this sound familiar? Paying way too much for speeds that are, hitting those annoying data caps, or maybe your video is buffering for no reason at all. These aren't technical glitches. They are features of a broken market. They are the direct result of having almost no choice. And all of this leads to one of the biggest battlegrounds for the future of the internet, net neutrality. So what exactly is net neutrality? It's actually a really simple but super powerful idea. Internet providers have to treat all the data flowing through their pipes equally. That's it. They can't block websites they don't like, they can't slow down your Netflix stream to make you buy their own service, and they can't create paid fast lanes. It's basically the modern fight for that original open access idea, and it is constantly under attack. But okay, enough with the doom and gloom, right? Because this is not the end of the story. The most exciting part is looking at the solutions. If we're not happy with the internet we have today, we can actually start asking how it should be built. We can start to imagine a totally different future for the web. So here are 3 huge ideas that are really starting to pick up steam. First, what if we just treated the internet like a public utility? An essential service, just like water or electricity. Second, imagine more community networks, where towns and cities own and operate their own internet infrastructure. And third, what about exploring new decentralized models, technologies that could shift power away from the big companies, kind of bringing it full circle back to that original ARPANET idea? And that really brings us to the biggest takeaway here. The internet isn't this fixed thing that just is. It's an ongoing, constantly evolving project. Its story is far, far from over. The next chapter is being written as we speak. So I'll leave you with this to think about. We've seen the internet's past as this amazing public project, and we're living in its present as a commercialized product. The real question now is, what kind of internet are we going to build next? Will it be more open, more fair, or just more of the same? The choice, believe it or not, is up to us.